welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where one of the great delights of recent times, if you are a puzzler, is the return of Phistomefel to setting Sudoku puzzles. And I think this happened when I was on holiday recently, and he's released two puzzles. I've already done one of them, which I did on my return from holiday last Friday, and I gave it a week. I couldn't wait longer than that, so I'm going to try this one, which is called Unlikely Friends. Apparently it's wonderful. I mean, it goes without saying, Phistomefel's puzzles they are all absolutely incredible. Right up there in the sort of pantheon of the greatest setters ever is our man Phistomefel. And this one is, I think, Thermometers and Knights Moves. So I'll run through the rules in a minute or two's time. But I definitely recommend that you have a go at this. I am looking forward to having a go at it. And we'll see how we get on in a couple of moments. Do I have much news for you today? I've got a couple of things to mention. Firstly, it's the 2nd of August, and yesterday we released a brand new competition over on Patreon. So all our patrons got to try, and continue to get to try, The Labours of Rostam. And Blobs is fantastic. Blobs is creating these sort of league tables that allow us to keep track of how many solves there have been of the various puzzles. And you can see I loaded this one up. Blob sent it to us last night, but I only launched it just now. Let's see if it's moved at all. But we had 68 solvers of the final puzzle. It's gone up a little bit. So already 747 of our patrons have solved the lion, and hundreds have solved the first 5. It's really incredible. I won't give any spoilers about which puzzles I found difficult in the set, but many congratulations to all those of you who've already solved the final puzzle there, black and white. That is tremendous work, and you're well in time. The competition closes on the 20th of August, and the prize is to solve a puzzle with me, and we'll record our effort, and hopefully that will appear as a video on the channel in due course. So check it out. It's over on Patreon right now. The other thing I'll mention actually is Phistomefel, whose puzzle this is, has made us a Sudoku worm. So these are our new series of apps that we've got going out that showcase individual constructors. Phistomefel's worm will probably go live next week. So look out for that if you want a collection of truly awe-inspiring, and I will tell you, quite difficult puzzles. Now, what else can I tell you about? I've got birthdays to do. Oh, well, I've got 2 birthdays and I think a wedding anniversary. Let's do the wedding anniversary first. Shem and Amy, it's your 23rd wedding anniversary today. Well, and I know this actually because Amy wrote to us, Shem, describing you as supportive, generous, kind, compassionate, and fun to be around, amongst other things. So just a sickening list of fantastic adjectives. I hope the two of you have an absolutely brilliant birthday today. Apparently you were wondering if I can play Somewhere Over the Rainbow on the guitar. The answer to that is I probably could, but not immediately. I'm trying to think if I know a good version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I actually heard a good version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow on, of all things, American Idol. Not recently, years and years ago. I want to say, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, Caroline or Catherine McPhee. Maybe somebody called something like that. She did a good version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it would be much better than I could ever do. So anyway, Shem and Amy, I hope you have a great wedding anniversary today, and I hope there is cake. Next, Brian. Brian, you've turned 60 today. Many happy returns for that. I know this for many reasons, actually, not least that your wife, is it Yosta, wrote to us. I might be saying that incorrectly. I hope I'm not. But I think your work colleagues also wrote to me about that. I want to say, is it Tune and the team at your consulting firm? So I hope you have got birthday wishes already, Brian, and I hope you have a great birthday today. Many, many happy returns, and I hope there's cake, of course. And then finally, Jasmine. Jasmine, your partner Kate wrote to me and said, well, could I wish you a happy birthday? Yes. And Kate describes you as one of the smartest people she knows, and told me you've just finished your first year of lectures doing biomedicine and medicine at university and specialising in heart valve research. What a thing to do. So Kate is so proud of you. And it sounds like most of us should be proud that people like you exist, Jasmine. So good luck with your research and many, many happy returns today. I hope there is chocolate cake, and it is very heavily iced, of course. And with that said and done, let's have a look at Unlikely Friends by Phistomefel. The rules of this one are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. We get a given digit today. That's tremendous. Cells that are a knight's move away from each other may not contain the same digit. Right. So whatever that digit is in the middle of the puzzle, if it was a chess knight, it could jump to all of those green cells. And therefore none of these green cells can contain the purple digit, whatever that is. It's a weird and wonderful constraint. Leads to lots of geometric nonsenses, the knight's move one. And then we've got thermometers. So digits on a thermometer increase from the bulb end. So if this square was a 2, this has to be more than 2. It does not have to be 3. You can miss digits out. You just have to keep going upwards. So something like that, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 would be a legitimate way of filling this sort of hook thermometer in the middle of the grid. So just as mercury rises in real life, as the temperature rises, so our Sudoku digits rise as we move away from the bulb end on our puzzly thermometers. It doesn't sound like Mavericks outside, but it sounds like some sort of tractor might be. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about the noises off. Anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play Let's Get Cracking. Now, I say let's get cracking. I mean, let's firstly observe some obvious point. I hope these will turn out to be true. I mean, it looks like these 3 thermometers are what I'll call disambiguation thermometers, because there's so little information engendered in them at the start of the puzzle. I mean, we know that that digit is bigger than that one, that digit is bigger than that one. So it seems, and Maverick has just taken off, I can't believe it. It seems like it's very unlikely that the magic, the way we're going to break into the logic of the puzzle is going to be from these tiny thermometers. It's going to be, I think, from these longer thermometers and how they interact, especially given the knight's move constraint. But having said that, where do we look? How long are the thermos? 1, 2, 3. Mark would immediately Mark would definitely so Mark would do this, and I may end up having to do it, but I will resist it until I really am truly stuck. So Mark would do this. Well, he would type it much more smoothly than I've been able to, and then try and spot things. I am not doing that. I just find it an information overload. I'm tempted. Actually, I don't really know what to do. Is it going to be... It's going to be something like, where does that digit... let's make that digit green. Where does that digit go in this box? Because I can see that digit, it can't go on its own thermometer. So imagine this digit was a 6. It obviously can't repeat on its thermometer, because then the digits wouldn't be rising from the bulb end. And and it can't go in its own row, and it can't by night smooth go there, so it's going up in one of those cells and therefore in one of these cells. So yes, I can see that that is true. Actually, here's another thing I've just noticed about that cell. That cell can't go on the hook anywhere. That's more interesting. Yeah, because that cell sees both of those cells, doesn't it, by the night's move? Right, so by symmetry, that cell has the same property. Maybe that black. Yeah, so what it could be is something like, there could be an extra region of the puzzle. What I mean by that is that these digits here, now there are 5 digits on this central hook thing. 6, 7. That would have been a nice one to make it 8, wouldn't it? But this one, I can't conclude that this one is not green or black, because it could be a bit chocolate flavoured, couldn't it? Green and blacks being a very nice make of chocolate, because that cell does not see these two by night's move. So hang on, let's just take a stare. let's just make those purple for a moment and think about whether there is any other cell. No, that's a shame. That one is nearly good, but it doesn't see that one. Oh, okay. Well, what we'll do then is we will not. So we won't look at the whole of this hook. We'll just look at. I'm just going to look at those bits of it. Those bits there, because now I can get an 8 cell region of different digits. Actually, let me. I keep changing my mind about how to colour this. Let me just try and use my colours in some sort of sensible way. Well, what I want to do is I want to think about this cell here, this lime green cell, because that lime green cell. Oh, I'm wrong. Sorry. This one I didn't see. It could be the black digit here. I'd noticed it couldn't be this one. It couldn't. This lime green digit can't be in any of those 4 cells. Because it sees these 2 in its row and those 2 by the night's move, and it can't be the dark green cell because it's on its thermometer. But what it can be is that one, unfortunately. So I was trying to limit the number of cells of the hook thingy, and because I could have done the same with this digit, and then I'd have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd have had 8 different digits, but that doesn't work. So we're going to have to keep thinking. Probably I want to restore thinking about the whole of this hook, or it might be that digit's restricted in that box, perhaps. Actually, all right. No, okay. I don't know if I should. Well, one thing I've just noticed about this digit and the green digit is I think they're there in box 1, which is that, and that is genuinely interesting. Because this digit can't go in its own column, it can't go on its own thermo, and by night's move it can't go in those 2 squares, and that digit has a sort of similar effect, doesn't it? It can't go here. So those are a sort of a green domino. Now, so that means one of these so one of. No, but no, I've got to be so careful here. I've got to be so careful because the green digit could be the black digit. In fact, let's delete this. No. Yeah, I see. So the black digit actually can't be the green digit. But this is this is lovely. This is all going to right. This is going to fit back together in my original pattern because what I can do is I can use these two digits and think about where they go in box 3. It must be the same logic as these two. So this digit, as Maverick flies past, what colour should we make this? I'm trying to think about how to do it in terms of let's make this red. So now I think that is a black-red pair. Let's just double check. It should be the same. So red can't go in its own column, it can't go on its own thermo, and it can't go a night's move away from itself. Black can't go night's move, can't go on its own thermo, can't go there by night's move. Yeah. So this is really good now. This is really good because now I have actually proved that lime green is not black because they're in the same row in row 1. And now I'm going to go back to my other thought, which is that I've now proved that these coloured cells are all different from each other. And I think, let's start with lime green. Lime green definitely sees these 4 cells on the middle hook. So these 4 cells are definitely different from lime green. We know they're different from dark green. We know they're different from black, and they must be different from red by symmetry. So this here, we'll give each cell on the central hook a different colour. How should we do this? We'll make that orange. We'll make that yellow. And all of these coloured digits are different from each other. So we only have to get one more digit, and it looks like it's trying to be this one. I wonder if there is a reason. You see, this one, obviously it sees all of those digits very simply. But could that digit be the same as the green or the black digit? It looks like it can be. But it also looks like it very much wants to be the last digit, or maybe that one. Because if I can get 9 different digits, that's like an extra region of the puzzle. It's like an extra 3x3 box that we would have earned in the middle of the puzzle. Let's think about this one. Because that's the end of the hook. Oh, it's the sort of top of the hook. And that can't be green or black, but could it be lime green or could it be lime green or red? Bearing in mind, if it was, no, it could very much be lime green or red. I was going to say, where would that digit go in row 1? But actually, it has to be either in that domino or that domino, because it can't be there and it can't be in these 2 cells by night's move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is beautiful. Right. Okay, so let's abandon our quest just for a moment of finding the 9th cell, and note that in the digits that I have highlighted, which are all different from each other, none of them can be a 9, I don't think. Because a 9, what do we know about thermometers? The only place you can put a 9 on a thermometer is in the very tip. It's just, I don't know, I wondered if it would highlight all the tips. It doesn't. It highlights all the tips of the length 5 thermometers. So none of the, imagine, just look through. If you were to put 9 in indigo here, this would have to be a 10, and there's no such Sudoku digit. So what we can say is that this 8-cell region here that I've just highlighted, they are the digits 1 to 8 in some order. Now, okay, so we're now going to think about this from an inverse perspective. Which one of these can be a 1? Because one of them has to be a 1 now, because there's no 9 in them. and they're all different, so they are the digits 1 through 8. One of them has to be a 1, and 1 can only go on the bulb of a thermo, and only one of these is in a bulb, so that's a digit we've just earned for ourselves. Now, what does that mean? That means, well, oh, I see, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to ask which one is 2. And prima facie, I think 2 of them could be 2, which is this one, the wasp-coloured ones, the black cell and the yellow cell. This could be a 2, comes after a 1 on a thermo, and this could be a 2 if this was a 1 on its bulb. But this cannot be a 2, because for this to be a 2, this would have to be a 1, and these are a nice move apart, and that won't work. So that's a 2. So now we've got 1, 2. These remaining digits have got to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So which ones can be 3 now? Now that one can't be 3 because that one would have to be 1. So this can't be 3. If that's 3, that would have to be 2. I don't know if that's possible. It might be. So that could be 3. Let's just label the ones that could be 3. That one, that can't be 3. That's the 4th cell on its thermo. Oh, this one could be 3, could it? I didn't see that one. Maybe that one can be 3. If this was 2. Oh. Okay, that's worse then. So we've got 3 candidates for 3, I think. Yeah, so 3 of them can't be 3. Let's try the other way. Let's try 8. 8? Yeah, for example, red can't be 8 because this would be 9, this would be 10. So neither of those can be 8. This can't be 8, that would be 9, that would be 10. That can't be 8, that would be 9, that could be 10. Right, so 8 is in one of those 2. Now we might be able to do better than that. Which one of these is... So one of those is 9. Because one of these is 8, one of these is 9. I mean, I don't want to make that pencil mark, but it's true. Right, it's easy. This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Indigo is not 8. Because if indigo was 8, this would be 9. And where am I putting 9 in row 1? The answer is nowhere. It can't go anywhere because it can't go in these 3. It can't go there and there. And remember, every coloured digit is a digit from 1 to 8. It's not a 9. So there would be nowhere for 9 in row 1. That cannot be 9. This is absolutely... It's so beautiful, isn't it? So green is 8. So there's an 8 up there. This is 9 by Sudoku. Now I'm going to fill it. That's my final colour. So that's going to earn the moniker of blueness. So 9 is in... Can't be a knight's move away from itself. So it's in one of those 2 cells. And it can't be here because that would be on a thermo and not a tip. So it's in one of those 2 cells, I think. And well, it might be 7 because this can't be 7 because this would have to be 8 or 9 and it sees both of those digits. So which one of these could be 7? That can't be 7. 8, 9, 10. So neither of those is 7. If this was no, this can't be 7 because that would be 9. So 7 is in one of those 2 cells, and it can't be pink because this would have to be 8, and it can't be. So So now lime green is 7, which means this is a 7-8 pair in box 1. 3 is now definitely in either pink or black. And what else does that mean? I'm actually almost tempted to write 3, 4, 5, 6 into this. It's slightly frivolous to do it, but I might find it easier to spot what's going on. Because only these two would have 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that probably can't be 6 because this would be 7, 8, 9. Yes, okay, I am going to do this. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, we've worked out already that neither of those can be 3. I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, that definitely can't be. And if that was 3, this would be 1, which would be a nice move away from itself. Okay, so I'm comfortable with that logic. Now, if that was 6, this would have to be 7. Is that a problem? I don't know. It would do, actually, if that was 7, it would do a lot of damage. Because 7, I don't think... Oh no, maybe that could be 7 if that's 8. Sorry, I didn't see that possibility. For some reason, I've managed to rule out high digits from the end of this... The end of this thermo in my mind. It's just not valid to do that. It's true to say this can't be 9, but it's not true, I don't think, to think this can't be 8. Okay, but this can't be 6 because that would need to be 7. So that was true. This can't be 6 because this can't be 7. Now, this this can't be 5 because it's got a 5 here. So maybe 5 is relevant. 5 has to be one of those colours. If that was 5... Oh, this digit's interesting actually. Indigo, where does indigo go in box 5? And by Sudoku it's not in its own column. By the fact that it's not the same colour as other colours, it's not in these two cells. And by Knight's Move, it's not in those two cells. So indigo is probably 5, but it's in one of those two positions. So if this was 5, both of these would be... well, hang on. Yeah, this can't be 4. This one, red can't be 4, because if red's 4, I think black is 3. So this would be a 4, this would be a 3, and this cell couldn't exist. Because it could be neither 3 nor 4. It would see both. It would see 4 in red, and it would see 3 in black by Knight's Move. So that is not 4. That doesn't mean this isn't 3. 6 is in one of 2. Which, that might... no, it doesn't quite. Okay, hang on. So what are the options for this digit? This digit is either... It's higher than 5, but it's not 8. So it is 6 or 7. And this digit is higher than 6, and it can't be 9, so it is 7 or 8. But hang on, if that was 6, which colour would be 6? One of the colours has to be 6. So that can't be 6. Because 6 then couldn't be indigo, and it couldn't be 6 in red, because this would be, if this is 6, this is 5, so there would be no 6, so this is 7. This is 8. 8 we know the colour of, that's dark green. 7 we know the colour of, it's lime green. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Where's 7 in box 2 now by Sudoku? Well, not really by Sudoku, actually. That 7 sees that one by Knight's Move. That 7 sees that one by Knight's Move. So 7 goes into the tip of this thermo. So 7 in box 5? It can't be there, obviously. It can't be there. 1 of 3, I think. 1 of 3 positions. Maybe I should give that a I'm going to shade it. And now we are going to argue about what's this pair? Oh no, okay, we don't know either of these really, do we? So these 2 squares are from 3, 4, 5 and 6, which is not quite good enough, I don't think. Ah. Well, okay, this is a good question. I've got a horrible feeling this question has been available for ages. I'm so sorry, I just didn't see this at all. Where's red in box 2? Oh no, okay, no, I forgive myself. Red in box 2 I think has only been absolutely fixed since we got that this was 7. So maybe I can forgive myself. Well, yeah, but now it is a good question. Where's red in box 2? It's not in its own row, and that red sees that one by Knight's Move. So it has to be there. And this is important actually, because if this is red and it's 5 or 6, therefore it's not 5 by the given digit, so it's 6. So there is now definitely a 6 up here, and now there's a 6 in one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. So let's make sure we monitor that. And now indigo isn't 6. So we've got a 3, 4, 5 triple left to play with. So if this was 4, that would be 5. This would be 3. That would be 2. Orange is quite restricted now in box 2. It's got to be in one of those 2 cells. And we will now argue about, there's definitely a 6 up here. What do you think? What should we look at next? I don't know is the answer. Maverick seems like he's doing loop-the-loops. Maverick, go away. I'm trying to concentrate. Naughty Maverick. Okay, maybe we'll do something different just for a moment. What's the colour of this? What's the colour of this cell? Because, and the reason I'm asking that question is in my mind I'm thinking any cell in the puzzle that I know is not a 9, I should be able to colour according to my original 8-cell region, shouldn't I? So what colour is that? Because it's not any of those colours. It's not purple because it sees that by Knight's Move. And it's not lime. And it can't be 1 because it's the 2nd cell on the thermometer. So it's either yellow, which is that one. Yeah, what is it? Does it have to be yellow? Or is that not true? That would be tremendous. And that's actually better than I was expecting when I started this thought process. It's not those 3. It's not that one, so that's 4. It's not that one, 5. It's not that one, 6. And it could have been red, except it sees red by night smooth now. So it's not that. So it is 2. And that's good, because now this is 1, and that's orange. So these 2 cells are an orange-blue pair, which is a 1-9 pair once we translate back to numbers. And that's going to mean, well, I must know the colours of these 2, mustn't I? One of them is red. What's the other one? It's going to, yeah, it's going to be pink. I've not put pink into this row. So these squares are from 3, 4 and 6, depending on what this pink cell ends up being in the fullness of time. 5 is in one of those 2 cells. Which feels like it might be important. This digit is lower than 5 and it isn't 1, so it's 2, 3 or 4. Now we might be at, which means it's shadable again. Oh, okay, so this is either yellow, because it's this digit, or I think it's pink. And the reason I say it's got to be one of those is it's got to be a shadable colour, and it can't be indigo because it's a night smooth, and it can't be black because it's already on the thermometer with black. So it's either yellow, and if it's yellow, then where does yellow go in box 2? The answer is no, the answer's not very good. It's in one of 2 places. Or it's pink. Pink would be huge, because then this would have to be pink in box 2. And then this wouldn't be 2, so this wouldn't be 3. So this would be 3, so it would be 3. I'm not sure. Okay, sorry, I thought maybe I could do that, but I now don't think I can. The black digit. No, see this one's very. This is a smelly digit. You can't pinpoint it really in box 5 because the night smooth doesn't work. Okay, but here's a very simple question, which I'm sorry, I should have seen this. Where's black in row 2? It's totally placed, isn't it? It's there. Now, what does that mean? So where's indigo in row 2? This is great. It's just working, isn't it? We're not solving it in the sense that we haven't completely solved the puzzle, but we are making slow but steady progress, and that's all we can really ask in a Phistomefel. So now this is like one of those sweets, rhubarb and custard, from when I was little. Which means, what does that mean? I think that might be a naked single. That might be a total and utter nonsense thing to say, but the reason I'm thinking that is that we know, I think, that these 4 digits are 2, 3, 4 and 5. They're all coloured and they're all different. And that cell sees all of 2, 3, 4 and 5 because it sees that one by the night smooth. So this digit is not 2, 3, 4 or 5 or 6, 7 or 8. So it is 1 or 9 and it sees 9. So I think that is a naked single orange. That is not orange. So orange is down there. This is not 1 anymore. And now, so it's this digit is in one of those 2, but I don't know which one. It depends whether this ends up being sort of rhubarb or custard. Okay. So what on earth do we do with that? And the answer is... I'm not sure. I feel like I've... what about... No, that doesn't work. I was going to say, what about yellow in box 4? Because that one sees that one. Yellow is in only one of 2 places. So yellow's in one of 3 places in box 7. It's remarkable, actually, that this is going to uniquely resolve. We've only got the what I called the disambiguating thermos left to play with. And I don't think, it's probably famous last words, that we're going to be able to do very much with those. Right, although actually row 4 is a little bit restricted. Actually, it really is very restricted. Where is... There's 2 questions I was going to say. My first question was going to be, where's indigo in row 4? Because this indigo sees both of those cells by Knight's move, because it sees this one by the Knight's move. So indigo's not there. Indigo's above this cell, so it's not there. So indigo is in one of those 2 cells. Let's just put that in, but I might be able to do better than that. Now hang on, that means indigo's in one of those 3, and it's not this one because of this indigo. Now if this was indigo, this would have to be a very low digit, 4 or 5. This would be 2, 3 or 4. Bobbins, nearly. It would have to be that one. Yeah, which I think would have to be yellow. So this would be a 2. Okay. That's not impossible, probably. Okay, let me ask my other question then, which is where are 8 and 9 in row 4? I mean, 9 can never go on anything other than the tip of a thermo. So 9 is definitely not in those cells, is it? And this can't be 9 because whichever one of these is 9 sees this cell. Now, where... And so 9, let's just do this carefully. Let's highlight the coloured cells that can be 9 in this row. I think this can be. And I think this can be. I think it's in one of those 2. And I think the same is true for 8. Because this can't be 8 by Knight's move. And those 2 can't be 8 because of this 8. And that means that these 2 cells are the only cells in row 4 that can be 8 or 9. So these are the digits. This is going to give me a 2. So these are the digits 8 and 9 in row 4 because they're the only places that can go. Now I've got to be very careful here because I'm just going to put it in like this for the moment, because firstly, this not being able to be a 2 puts 2 here and makes this yellow, which means this can't be yellow. Yellow is in one of those 2 cells. 2 is now in one of those 2 cells. Now, does that see it? Not quite. Doesn't quite see everything. But also, this now can't be indigo, which is a 4 or a 5. So we can take indigo out of this one. We can take 2 out of this one. This is now indigo in row 4, and it is 4 or 5. And if it just saw this one somehow, we would know. Okay. Oh, bobbins, McBobbins. Well, what is that digit then? So this is a digit that's higher than 4, but it's... Okay, so it's 5. I'm going to put in all the options that I can see are easy. 5, 6 and 8. It can't be 7 or 9. It actually can't be 8 because of that one. So it's 5 or 6. Can we do better than that? I don't think I can. Yes, I can. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, that's it. Right. What would happen if this was 6? If this is 6, where are we putting 6 in box 5? It's not in its own row. It couldn't be a knight's move away from itself here. And it couldn't be a knight's move away from this one here. And there'd be there's no place for red to live. So this is not 6, it is 5. And if it's 5, this is 4. And now indigo is 4. So wherever we see 4, we can put it in. Which means neither of those cells is 4. So rhubarb and custard is now a 2-3 pair. And this has to be 5. So black is 5, which means that's 5. So this one is that one is the black 5, and that must be indigo then. In order for indigo to live anywhere at all in box 5. Now, well, okay, if this is 4, then this one has to be 3, doesn't it? So I've just realised we've done is we have figured out the original 8-cell region, which I think was those cells 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we've added blue to that panoply, and all we've got to do now, so these don't include 4. They're a 3-6 pair, so this digit should be available. That's got to be a 4 by Sudoku, and that's indigo. This digit is the same as this digit, so this is a rhubarb custard digit. And these are 2, 3, and 9, aren't they? And that's not 3. I mean, it could well be that I can resolve this. I'm trying to see how. I can't see how to do it. Or maybe, yes, okay, I've got to put a 5 into row 4, and it can't go there by knight's move. So this is 5, which means this is yellow, which means this is 2. And now that sees, this is so lovely, isn't it? So that's got to be a 3, which means both of those are 2. This is the pink digit. These are the yellow digits. This is now, this is now a 9 by Sudoku, because it sees 2 and 3. This is a 3 by Sudoku. So the 9 is completely blue. The 3 is completely pink. These two squares are a 5. Hang on, these are a 5-6 pair, and this has been resolved for ages. I just hadn't seen it. So that's 5, that's 6, and now I think we're. No, I'm not going to say anything. Can I do this one? 8 or 9, or that one, or this pair, or either of these two? What do I need? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in box 5. So the other digits are all the high digits. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's put them all in and see what we can get rid of. We can get rid of 7 from this one. We can get rid of 6 and 9 from this. Nearly. What about that one? That's bizarre. That one seems to be able to be all of the high digits. No, okay, sorry. 2 on the tip or on the bulb of this thermo means this is really not. No, it doesn't mean that, does it? Yeah, look at the tip of this thermo. Because this is an interesting thing that comes up a lot in Knight's Move puzzles. If you can look at the central digit, sort of that's looking in to a 3x3 box along the, so it's it's in the middle of a side. Look, it can't be a digit in that cross, because of the night's move constraint. It sees this one and this one. So this digit is a low digit. It's got to be one from the quincunx, if you like, these cells in box 5. And those are all low digits, so this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, but it's got to be bigger than 2, so it's 3. It's got to be 4. It's got to be 4. It's all it can be. It sees everything else. Well, it doesn't see the 1, but it can't be 1 because it's the second cell on the thermo. So that's 4. This is not 4. 4 is down here. In 5 is down here. Let's try and keep our Sudoku going. 7. Nearly. 7 is in one of 2 places. In box 6. I'm going to check this digit in a moment, but let me just think about this for a second. I don't know actually. Alright, let's check this digit. What can that be? Actually, that digit's also interesting because that can't be any low digit. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's check this one. That's got to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. So this has got to be 7, 8, or 9. It can't be 9 in the bulb actually. So this is 7, 8, or 9. It's not 7. Right, beautiful. Look at column 5. That's an 8, 9 pair now. So this is 6. So this is not 6. There's an 8 looking at... Hang on, how long has that been a 7 for? Does that mean I've made a mistake? How did I not... I don't know, that's weird. I'm slightly worried that's some sort of weird typo that's given me that 7, because I don't understand why I didn't see it before. Right, so this is not... It's blue or dark green. This isn't a blue dark green pair. Right. This is lovely. Look. Hang on. 6 is red. Sorry, my brain is firing all over the place. I'm trying to let my mouth catch up with it. Look, there's a 9 in one of those. I don't know which one, but they both see this one. If this was 9, you couldn't put 9 in box 5. So this is 1. This is 9. 9 is the blue digit. 1 is the orange digit. So 1... No, I don't think we know. 1 is in one of 3 places. What about 9 in box... Yeah, what about 9 in box thingy? Box 6. It's not in any of those. So 9 is in one of 2 places. One of 3 places there. Okay, this column, we've not put 3 and 5 in. So these digits have got to be 3 and 5. Now let's check this one. Actually no, because it's just seeing the quincunx again, so it's not surprising it's a low digit. That digit's the same as that digit and that digit. That almost feels like it must be doing something. That can't be 6, look, because of the knight's move. So this is 7 or 8. Yeah, okay, but these digits are all whopping digits as well, because of this column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these digits are all low. They're 1, 2, and 4. I don't think we need the shading there. We'll do the shading once we've got the disposition of digits. That can't be 2. Okay. So 2 is down here. And now we can ask where 2 is in row 7. And we get to place it. Because 2 can't be here. It can't be here. So it has to be in this triumvirate. And there's 2 2s looking. So this is 2. This is the digit 2. So 4 gets shifted downwards. No, it doesn't quite work. I was hoping we might get... No, we do. 4, I can take care of this digit. That's just been available for ages. I just haven't seen it. So now look what we can do. This is now orange. 4, 4. So we can't have any more 4s in these 2 rows. Or you could think about it, where's 4 in row 7? That would be illegitimate. Can't be there. Can't be there. So it must be in one of these 3 and seems to have to be in this one. So that's 4. Indigo it. This column maybe? How can this 3, 6 not be resolved? Ah, I can resolve it. Where is 6? In box 4. And the answer is I don't know, but it is in one of those cells. So this can't be 6 because it would see both of these and we wouldn't be able to put 6 in box 4. So that's got to be 3. That's got to be 6. That 6 then bounces back in here, sees this cell, so that's got to be 6. So 3's got to be here. 3's got to be in one of those 2. Now let's make sure that we do our shading. So this is now 6. That's now 3. 3 is in one of those 2. And not this one, because it's a nice move away from itself again. Phistomefel is just a complete genius. These squares are 1, 8, and 9 to finish box 4 off. Now we might be able to do better than that, I think. How about that one sees 9, so this is 1 or 8. These 3 are all the same. I'm just going to quickly give those. I can't really colour them. I suppose I could colour that one like this, but this one, in terms of where it goes in box 5, it's got to be here, and then we can ask where that digit goes in row 4, and it's got to be there. So those are all the same. So A is in one of those 2 cells. Oh, whoopsie. A is in one of those 2 cells in box 7 by Sudoku, because this one knocks all of those out. So that's it. It's as simple as that. So how could A be 8? I think that just breaks everything in the world, doesn't it? If A is 8, we've just said 8 is in one of those. That means this is 8. But we've just said that's 8 as well. Let's just check that that's true. I think it must be true by logic of what we've just done. That would be 8. That would be 8. That would be 8. Yeah, there's no way. It's basically because of where this digit has to go in box 7. It's shifted too far to the left. It's shifted into a column it couldn't belong to if this digit was 8. So our logic was good, and the A digit is 9. So we can put that in. 9, 9, 9, 8. Unfortunately, that doesn't then unwind the 7, 8 pair. Okay, so let's check column 1. 5, 8, and no, 5, 7, and 8 is what we're looking for. Right. That's lovely, though. We can do this. Because 5 is now in one of those 2 cells. But look over here. Now, could this be a 5 is the question we should be asking. No, because if this is a 5, neither of those could be a 5, and we couldn't put 5 in box 8. So that's not 5. So 5 is in one of those 2 cells. 5 is in one of these 2 cells. So where is 5 in row 8? It's not in any of those cells. We've just said so it's got to be in one of these 3, but it's simultaneously got to be in one of those 2, and the only cell that meets both of those criteria is that one. So this is now it's definitely a green digit. It's an eco-friendly digit. That is an eco-friendly digit. We don't know if it's the same as this. It probably is, but I don't know that. 9. Okay, hang on. Oh, this is no. That's just the corollary of getting this as a 9. That's not. 9 is in one of those 2 cells, definitely. We can get rid of A now, I think. A served its purpose. It more than served its purpose. It did very well for us. 9s are definitely blue. So let's fix all those. 8s are always dark green. And now we have to think again. But where is the obvious place to think? One is in one of two places in box 7. Or maybe this row? I only need 1s, 3s. Yeah, it's probably these two digits. 1, 3 and 8. Oh, hang on, I didn't mean to do that. What I wanted to do... Hang on, let's backtrack to make sure I don't make the wrong pencil marks. I wanted to pencil 1, 3 and 8 into these. Now this can't be 8, it sees this cell. This can't be 1. Because of this, or this. Take your choice about how we eliminate the 1 from this cell. So these are not, they're not useful at all. Okay. Bobbins is the thing that we should be saying then. What about... Oh, okay, I've got something, maybe. I'm not saying it's useful. Well, no, it is useful, but not for the reason I thought. Where does... Oh, no, that's nonsense. It's just nonsense. Okay, no. Where does that digit go in column 7 is a decent question. It can't go here, and it can't go in either of those by Knight's move, so it does go there, because it's 9. Sorry, yeah, that's completely trivial, isn't it? I hadn't seen it at all. So if... Oh, that doesn't resolve this. But it does... Well, it means we know what these 3 digits are now. They are 5, 7 and 8 in some order, and we know that's not 5. Right, so this is another eco-friendly digit. Its only colours are green. So I've now got a 7, 8, 9, well, 7, 8 pair, I suppose, in row 8. It's going to be something horrendous, like this digit is a naked single. I mean, that digit does see all the high digits, because it sees those, doesn't it, in box 8. So that this digit is 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. It's not 2 or 4 or 5. It's 1 or 3. And it's not 1. No, it is. It could be 1. This is a nasty old 1 pencil mark. I'm going to get rid of that, because I nearly made a mistake there. This is 1, 3. It's 1 or 3. It can't be 2, it can't be 4 or 5, it can't be a high digit, because then you couldn't put that high digit into box 8. Bobbins, okay. Why have I only got... Oh, where's 7 in box 6? It's only got one place to go. I was looking at the colouring there, and I was thinking, hang on, I must know that. And I do. Right, so that's not 7. So this digit should be 1 or 8 only? Oh yeah, okay, that's just the corollary of row 6. So I've got a 1, 3, 8 triple in column 8, and the digits I've not placed are 9 and 6. So this is a 6, 9 pair, and we can presumably, he says, actually let's not get carried away. Well, one thing we can say about that, well, there's 2 things. Firstly, we can colour them in. Secondly, we can say where's 6 in row 8, I think, because it's not in any of those cells now, and it can't be there, so that's a 6. That's a 5, which we know is the black digit. So this row, we've now, the only things we've got left to place are low digits, 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. So this digit is 1, 2 or 3 perhaps. It's not 3, so it's 1 or 2. We might be able to do better than that. Let's just take our time. Let's think about this for a moment. I think it can be orange though, this. Okay, and this digit is also, that's not 2, so this is 1, 3 or 4. But we might be able to do... Oh, no, see, this is all... Okay, this box is sort of... It's not resolved, but these 3 digits are a 1, 3, 4 triple. Because these are a 6, 9 pair, and they're a 5, 7, 8 triple. So we've had this 1, 3, 4 triple for a while, and I just hadn't noticed it. Okay, so what does this mean? I don't know. I suspect it's going to be a straightforward Knight's move that I'm missing here. And we just have to see where it is. We're going to have to stare at the grid until light dawns. Maybe, no. Where's 3 in column 3? It's in one of 2 places. Yeah, okay. So what that means is that 3 in row 8 is in one of those 2 cells, which means this is not a 3. So I've got the corner down to 1 or 4 now. Oh, we must be able to do this. Or we could try... I think I'm going to end up with every single cell pencil mark. How long have I had? I've only had, that's fine, 66 minutes on a Phistomefel. I mean, assuming I can solve it, I'm delighted just to be able to solve them. So it's not dreadful. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 8. This cell is interesting, I think. Because by Sudoku it's 1, 2, 3 or 8, but it sees 1 and 2, so I think that's only 3 or 8. And it might see, it does, it's easy. Okay, if this is 8, so this was the cell we needed to look at, because if that's 8, where do you put 8 in box 4? It can't go there, and it can't go there because of the Knight's move. So that is 3, which means this is not 3, it means this is purple. So this is 5, this is 3. That's purple. That becomes the black digit. So this becomes the 5, which means it can turn that colour. This becomes 8 by Sudoku. So that's 7. That's 8. We know that 8 is the dark green digit. So this becomes the light green digit. This sees that cell by Knight's move. So 3, 1, 8, 1. Let's put that. In fact, maybe we try and finish the grid now, and then we can finish our colours after that. Famous last words, but this being 1 makes that 2. So that's 2, that's 4. Oh, my watch is buzzing at me. This is 1 now, so that's 1 and that's 3. It must be done, isn't it? This column needs an 8. Yeah, so that's a 7, that's 8. And now we haven't put 1 and 9 into box 7, so let's do that. 9 and 6, 6 and 7. Right, there we go. We've done it in theory. And all we've got to do now is to correct our colouring, I think. So 7 is definitely lime green. All the 8s are dark green. Let's make sure we get that right. All the 2s are oh, why would I double click that 2? Does it highlight that 4? That's truly peculiar. It's trying to do the same thing again. That's weird. Okay, 4s. This cell is completely weird. Right, these are all meant to be... Oh, is it because... Yeah, maybe it was because this had some white shading we couldn't see. Oranges, they are all 1s. 3s are all pink or purple. 9s are all blue. 7s are all lime. 6s are all red, and that is, I mean, it must be right. Yes. Yes. Oh, look how many people have solved it. I'm not surprised. Phistomefel is a genius setter, a genius person, and that was so good, wasn't it? Unlikely Friends, and now I sort of understand the title, because I think what that's getting at is that you have to, you find that there, where was it? Those digits, I think. It was those digits were weird, and they were unlikely friends. Let's sort of draw in. It was that collection of digits. They all had to be different, we discovered, for various reasons, and then we played on from there. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.